On campus, in the morning outside the classroom. Students come and go. The campus atmosphere is busy. Soft voice, full of reflection. At that time, I only thought of one thing. I have to finish. Thesis, not love. But it turns out life always has its own plan. Randy, 22 years old, sat on the stairs of the campus corridor while opening his laptop. He looked tired, but remained focused. Diane, 20 years old, came over to Randy, carrying 2 cups of coffee. He approached, carrying 2 glasses of coffee. Diane, smiling softly. "Drink first, so you won't be tense," said Diane Randy, then smiling, accepting the coffee. "Thank you."
You seem to understand how to calm someone better. Ku daripada dosen pembimbing. Diane sat beside Randy. They looked at each other, calmly.
Randy's room, nighttime. Randy was typing his thesis. On the other side, he was video calling with Diane sat in his boarding house while reading a book.
Diane said, "Ren, later when I start my thesis, will you teach me? I'm afraid of making a mistake."
Randy, smiling. Relax. You're not alone. I've already felt the tiredness. I'll guide you from the start.
Randy wearing a graduation cap, surrounded by family. Diane also came with flowers. Diane said, "Congratulations, Mr. Graduate." Randy also smiling moved. "I pray that you will too,"
said Randy. "I'll wait for you on the podium." Warm hug.
Said Randy. "I'll wait for you on the podium." Warm hug. 2 years later, in 2019, Diane finally graduated, Randy said. Finally, the long-awaited graduation ceremony. Thank you, Mas.
Job application in the morning in the living room. Diane wrote a job application letter, printed a CV, and inserted 2 in the envelope. Randy helped.
We have sent more than 20 applications, but the call hasn't come yet. I know he's starting to get tired. Randy's finance office workspace. Randy sat at his desk. Randy, answering the phone. Seriously? You got accepted? Where? Diane smiled through the phone screen. Network provider, admin position. Starting next Monday, said Diane.
Small terminal. Gloomy atmosphere. Randy escorted Diane to the bus. Assignment to my own village, Diane said. Only temporary, she said. Randy bowing his head. You still be careful, okay? I will often contact.
LDR video call at night. Randy in the apartment room, Diane on the terrace of her house. Bad network. Communication starts to weaken.
You're always busy now, aren't you? Not like before, said Randy Diane, then answered tiredly. Work is piling up, Ren. I am also tired.
Diane then answered tiredly. Work is piling up, Ren. I am also tired.
Suspicious atmosphere in Randy's office. Randy saw Diane's WhatsApp status with a male friend. His face was tense. Maybe I'm too suspicious, but my heart knows something has changed. Randy went out at night by intercity bus. Heavy rain. Randy sat alone, carrying a bag and flowers.
Diane's house at night in the front yard. Randy stood in front of Diane's house, drenched. Diane, going out of the house, surprised. Diane was angry and confused. Why are you here? It's raining like this.
Randy answered in a soft, low tone. I miss you. I just want to meet you. Diane turned her face away, then went inside without paying attention to Randy. Randy stood silently in Diane's yard. Randy left flowers with Diane's neighbor.
Back to town in the morning. The most painful thing is not parting, but being ignored by the person we are waiting for the most. A phone call asking for a breakup in the morning in Randy's room. The cell phone rang. Diane called. Ren, we're done. Here, yes.
Randy also. Silent, almost unbelieving. Why? Is there someone else? Diane also answered. I just feel you're not home anymore for me. Sorry. Morning on a city street. Randy walks enjoying the morning sunlight breaking through the fog. Maybe it's not about who can hold on longer, but who knows when to let go. Time passes. Afternoon at a coffee shop.
6 months later, Randy sat alone in a coffee shop, reading a book. A woman came, smiled, and sat at the next table. Accidentally, they looked at each other.
The woman said, "You're Randy, right? Before. Is that a programming course class?" Randy Pun, slightly surprised, smiling. "Yes, you're Vina, right?" Light conversation flowed.
A small laugh emerged. Sometimes life must break us, so that we learn, grow, from the beginning, again.
In the city park Sunday morning, Randy and Vina were taking a morning walk in the park, laughing while carrying coffee, an aura of simple happiness. Vina said, "I thought you were a quiet person, but it turns out it's also funny." Randy also answered, "I used to be quiet. Now, maybe because you make me comfortable." Vina blushed. They looked at each other for a moment, then continued walking.
Vina's office at night. Vina was working overtime. Randy came with food. Randy said, "Tired, huh? Eat first."
Vina, warmly smiling, "You're like you know I haven't eaten." Randy also answered, "I learned from the past. Say I knew it. That small attention was never small."
Rainy day hug at night in front of a coffee shop. Rain fell suddenly. Randy and Vina ran to the nearest roof, laughing wetly, and
For a moment, they were silent. Then Randy hugged Vina. "This time, I won't let you be alone," said Randy. "And I won't leave," said Vina in a soft tone.
At the mall in the afternoon by chance Lan Yang Menianget. Diane was walking alone in the mall carrying a shopping bag. Her gaze was vacant.
as she was about to go to the elevator, her eyes caught a familiar figure. Randy was with Vina. They looked at Cappy, laughing together while sharing ice cream. Diane also stopped. Her face was surprised. There was a mixed feeling that she couldn't hide. It turns out, it wasn't him who was lost.
I was the one who let go. Diane turned around and quickly left the place.
Coffee shop at night. Randy and Vina sat together. Randy looked at Vina calmly.
Randy said, "Do you believe in fate?" "I believe." Vina's words, "We can choose to stay in the destiny that makes us happy." Randy smiled.
Awkward meeting. Mall lobby a few minutes later. Diane stood while I played with his HP, calming myself. But fate said otherwise. Randy and Vina walked in the same direction towards the parking lot.
Diane in a soft tone, trying to be firm. Randy?
Randy also, surprised. Birenti Sejenak. Diane? Are you here?
Vina with politely, "Oh, you know him?" Diane with forced smile. "Yes, we were close before."
Randy also introduced Vina. Diane, this is Vina, an old friend who rang. Yeah, we are close. Diane staring at Randy, a sad smile. I'm happy to see you happy, Ren. Seriously. I'm happy to see you happy, Ren. Seriously. Randy in a soft tone. Thank you, Diane. I hope you are also happy there, Diane said. Sometimes happiness comes not from what we fight for desperately, but from what can endure when we are weak. Randy also answered, and sometimes letting go saves two hearts.
They looked at each other for a few seconds, in silence. Vina politely said, "We're leaving now, please do. Take good care of him," said Diane.
Vina smiled. Then Randy and Vina left. Diane looked at their backs. They left. There were tears that she couldn't hold back.
But she wiped them quickly and walked away, with firm but heavy step. Diane realizes something in the training hotel at night. Diane sat on the hotel balcony looking at the city lights. I once chose to leave. Then he learned to live without me. Now, I have to learn to live without him. Really, without him.
A warm morning at Randy's office. Rendy smiled, seeing the message from Vina.
Don't forget to eat lunch, busy Mas Rendy, he replied. Yeah, thanks for being there when I needed a friend. Life goes on.
Sometimes, the one who comes last is the one who truly stays.